Antonio Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just hop straight in. The first thing that we all saw with Antonio Brown was he rips off his pads. He storms off the field. This is when the Buccaneers are down 14.
Yep.
And he runs out and gets an Uber. Did you see all the memes of him getting a literal Uber? Bro, he's literally just standing on the side of the street like a normal ass human. Which is true. I mean, everybody takes Ubers. Doesn't matter how famous you are. Right. It's so crazy to think that Antonio Brown is hopping in an Uber, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's the first thing we saw. And at that point in time, I think a lot of people thought that it was like a CTE related, like mental health. And it probably is still. It's probably related to a lot of the brain trauma that he's been dealing with. But he's actually been speaking very openly about it. I thought this was going to be one of those stories that doesn't develop for like weeks. But there's a lot going on.
Clearly does not.
So we'll just start off with this first little summary right here. And we'll try and catch ourselves up to speed. So this first one, Antonio Brown is released by the Buccaneers, who say he refused to re-enter Sunday's game. Now, one thing I do want to make a point of, I do think that Antonio Brown is making a bit of a fool of himself. That doesn't mean that what he's saying is wrong, or that he's lying about all of this, or that the Buccaneers are telling the full truth. I think both sides are most likely exaggerating here. The unfortunate thing with Antonio Brown is he has done so many crazy things in the media that it's very hard to just trust him, to be honest. But that just doesn't outright make him wrong. So it's very interesting to see what's happened in this article so far. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers released wide receiver Antonio Brown, the team announced Thursday, and coach Bruce Arians said that Brown had refused to re-enter Sunday's game against the New York Jets because of displeasures about how many passes were being thrown to him. That's crazy. Especially with this. This is what I really didn't get about this whole, like, upset about how many passes you're getting. Playing the fucking Jets. Like, yeah, you might be losing the game, but this isn't a pinnacle game. You're going to the playoffs anyway. You're going to lose games sometimes. It's not like this was like a massive playoff match or that Antonio Brown had gone all these games without receiving passes. He's had an incredible season. He's gotten multiple touchdowns, crazy receptions. He's averaging like 8 targets a game. So it's just hard to believe. Maybe he did say that, but for what? Dude, he gets the ball more than most wide receivers will ever imagine to get the ball.
Do you think this would have ever happened if they were winning?
Absolutely not. Yeah. Absolutely not, dude. If they were smoking them and AB had 2 touchdowns, no shot. He certainly was heated in the moment because they were losing the fucking Jets. That sucks. Yeah. But dude, you get more targets than Mike Evans. Like, I don't get this. I don't get it. This is Bruce Arians talking now. He says, we called for the personnel group that he had played in the entire game. Arians said at a news conference, he refused to go in the game. That's when I looked back and saw him basically wave off the coach. I went back, approached him about what was going on. Antonio Brown said, I ain't playing. Arians said, what's going on? Antonio Brown said, I am not getting the ball. And that's when Arians said, you're done. Get the fuck out of here. And that's the end of it. I like Bruce Arians' side of the story because Bruce Arians does not fuck around.
No.
This is exactly how Bruce Arians talks to anybody. He talks this way to Tom Brady. Like when Tom Brady plays a bad game, he'll go on the, like most coaches would slurp Tom's cock no matter what. Bruce Arians goes up there and he's like, yeah, Tom was just not hitting. Tom was throwing shit balls out there. So I can see this happening. I just really am confused. Antonio Brown gets so many receptions. I don't get how he's mad about his targets. Either way, the move by the Buccaneers came 4 days after Brown discarded his jersey and shoulder pads on the Buccaneers sideline and then walked off the field shirtless during a comeback victory over the Jets at MetLife Stadium. It is really extra funny that they came back.
Yeah, that's fire as fuck.
Yeah, and they had what's the guy's name? Is like Chris Grayson or something? Like a nobody wide receiver, but he's just out there making moves, and it's really cool to see. Either way, Brown said in a written statement released late Wednesday through his attorney that he was suffering from a serious ankle injury and left the field only after being told that he was done with the team. Arians offered a sharply different account Thursday of Sunday's sideline interaction with Brown. At no point in time during the game did he ever ask the trainer or doctor about his ankle. That's the normal protocol. You go through protocols during the game. I was never notified of it. So obviously that was the disturbing thing when we were looking for him to go back into the game. He was very upset at halftime about who was getting targeted. Got that calmed down. Players took care of that. It started again on the sideline. Only thing I'll say about this, it is very possible that Antonio Brown hurt his ankle and that the team was still like, hey bro, can you play through it? Like you're a stud wide receiver. We need to come back in this game. I can see that happening. It's very difficult for Antonio Brown to play up how hurt his ankle was when he's running off the fucking field, jumping up and down on the ankle just because he's angry. Like it's totally possible you have an underlying ankle injury, but I think it's silly how exaggerated Antonio Brown is saying this ankle injury serious. It just literally cannot be that serious. If you can walk, run, and jump on it, it can't be that serious.
That is so true.
Like it's totally possible you have some underlying thing that could be, I don't know. So I think he's playing that up a little bit. But Brown said in his written statement Wednesday that the Buccaneers attempted to force him to play Sunday through an ankle injury severe enough to require surgery. I'm so sorry. If you have an ankle injury severe enough to require surgery, you can't run on it.
Yeah, not like that.
It's just not possible, dude. But he fucking dusted Bryce Hall. There's a Jets corner whose name is Bryce Hall.
Oh shit. Okay.
He shit on him.
Yeah.
Put the burners on him. Like, sick, and maybe your ankle does hurt. How could you possibly have an ankle injury severe enough and cut like that? It's just not possible. Brown said, I didn't quit. I was cut. I didn't walk away from my brothers. I was thrown out. Being fired on the sideline for having a painful injury was bad enough. Then came their spin. Coach denied on national television that he knew about my ankle. That's 100% inaccurate. Not only did he know I missed several games with the injury, he and I exchanged texts before the game where he clearly acknowledged my injury. I think that's what Antonio Brown was talking about on Twitter, but we'll get into that in the second segment because this kind of spills off into Twitter where we can see a lot of what Antonio Brown was saying, and we'll get more on that later. Brown took to social media Thursday morning, posting an apparent text exchange that he had with Arians before the game about his injury and whether he would play. The NFL Players Association will look into Brown's assertions regarding the Buccaneers' handling of his ankle injury, according to a person familiar with the matter, who added Thursday that a standard procedure and would occur with any player involved in such a situation. One thing that is crazy about this that a lot of people haven't talked about, well, I think it's been talked about, but Antonio Brown was 28 catches, 255 yards, and 3 touchdowns away from a $2 million incentive bonus on his contract. Now, that's a lot of catches, yards, and touchdowns, but he has missed 10 weeks due to injury and suspension. Suspension being the fake vax card.
Yep.
And injury, I mean, is self-explanatory. And now there's obviously no chance that he could get that incentive bonus. So this is hurting his pockets real bad.
For sure.
So I can understand why, I don't know, there's like added fuel to the fire on this one. What's your initial opinion on what is actually going on here?
Dude, it is tough. Like, it just blows my mind that, but it's crazy too, because honestly, I'm really not surprised by it. Like, I don't know. Like, if Tom Brady just ripped his pads off and just fucking left, I would be like, holy shit. I mean, I think everyone would have a way different outlook.
That's
and
so
I think
true.
Like the Bucks would be getting really investigated if it was
if Tom Brady did, they'd get fucked.
Yeah.
Goodell would bend them over and personally stick his dick in all of their asses. Personally.
There's always drama surrounding Antonio Brown. Like, wasn't it in the beginning or something he had to do with his helmet?
Dude,
he didn't want to wear a
things.
certain helmet and some bullshit like that.
He got signed, but after leaving the Steelers, drama reasons, he goes to the Raiders. Once he's on the Raiders, so much drama happened when he was on the Raiders. But then again, you almost could kind of follow this path where he's kind of right. There's two ends of it, because he goes to the Raiders and he's causing all this drama, stirring up all this shit about his helmet, about this, about that, about Gruden. Everyone's like, fuck you, you're a nutcase. Turns out Gruden was actually a horrible guy.
Yeah, that's
so
very
maybe
true.
was Antonio Brown onto something? It'd be difficult for you to sway me in that direction with the Buccaneers right now.
Yeah,
but who knows? Maybe Bruce Arains got a million emails churn up back there.
I don't know. It could also stem from like the CTE stuff, like brain damage stuff. But it's like so hard. How do you like track that and like figure out how much that actually is affecting him? Like, how do you figure out like a number or like a time frame or anything like that to like say this happened because he's got hit in the head so many times from taking hits,
right?
Crossing the fucking center field, getting smacked by linebackers. Like,
ever since he got shit on by Vontaze Burfict with that dirty ass hit in the playoffs, he has not been the same. I don't know if you guys remember that hit. There's a super dirty Vontaze Burfict hit when it was Bengals Steelers playoffs like 5 years ago. Smoked him, and then Burfict gets like a massive penalty, and the Bengals end up choking that game because of the penalty. And I swear to God, he has not been the same ever since. Second thing with this is it's actually really unfortunate for Antonio Brown if he's telling the truth. He's the boy who cried wolf right now, which is really a bummer for him. He has lost a lot of credibility from being in the media way too much, from making a lot of stirs in the media, from saying some very outlandish things. He's more than entitled to say whatever he wants. But if you're always in the media stirring up shit and you don't build like a credible resource system, and then you want to drop some bombshell information like the Buccaneers are forcing me to play through injuries and they're mistreating players, you can't really expect us to believe you, right? right?
No, exactly.
Like, I have to look at that with a grain of salt. It would really suck if it's true, but there's no way I can sit here and be like, yes, Antonio Brown is very credible. He has historically been credible.
Right.
There's no reason I shouldn't believe this.
Yeah.
Either you believe Antonio Brown or you believe the whole Bucks organization. And it's so hard to believe Antonio Brown over the whole Bucks organization.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense that he's saying he was forced to leave. I mean, I get that Bruce Arians said, fuck it, like, you're done. I don't
go
think
sit
that
on the bench.
I don't think that necessitated that he rips his pads off.
Yeah.
Makes a whole scene in front of everybody
Right.
and goes out and gets
Middle
a
of the
fucking
fucking
Uber.
game.
Yeah, I mean,
doesn't even take the sideline around. He cuts across the fucking field
yeah, he
too.
went through the end zone,
No
bro.
fuck.
Dude, that would have been a sick game to be at, though.
Yeah.
You know the stadium was just going ballistic over
Yeah, because that was at the Jets, right? Was that at
Yeah.
the Jets?
Yeah, it was at Jets.
Yeah.
Jets
Holy
fans,
shit.
yeah, they still lost, so.
Yeah, that really sucks, but they got to see that at least. They're just like videos of people just giving him the finger and shit as
Yeah,
he's leaving.
that was a weird time.
It's just, I mean, it could just stem back to like the brain damage stuff. Like I could never fathom like throwing away that opportunity. Like
That's
that.
horrible. It has to be. I was kind of sad actually seeing all the memes and all the everything about it. And it is a bit Antonio Brown's fault because he's so outlandish and he makes
Yeah.
himself this meme because he's always saying shit.
Right.
But it's very clear that he is not stable.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
just
it must not
he just
be.
can't be. Like it doesn't even have to be major CTE. I'm not going to play doctor here, but he's clearly not emotionally stable. And I actually feel bad that there's so many fucking memes about it. Because if this was any other player, or like let's say it was just like a generic quarterback and they got hit in the head really hard and they started acting weird, everybody would
Yeah.
be so sympathetic. Holy shit, he's got brain damage. We need to do something to stop this. But when it's Antonio Brown, just because he's been in the media so much,
Right.
it's like, oh, what a nutcase. This guy's a fucking Antonio Clown. I've literally personally made an Antonio Clown video. So I can't really sit here and say this. But at this point, basically, I'm changing my opinion. At this point, I'm like,
Yeah.
this guy actually needs help.
Do you think
I
he'll
feel really bad.
get picked up, or you think he's done? I mean, who wants to bring that type of drama to their team?
Bro, do you realize how little of a fuck NFL teams give?
Clearly
NFL teams don't give a fuck. Kareem Hunt kicked a bitch, and he got picked up by the Chiefs the next week. Kareem Hunt got dropped by, he got picked up by the Browns. Kareem Hunt, when he got in that trouble for like physically kicking a woman in a hotel room,
Right.
gets
Yeah.
dropped by the Chiefs, picked up by the Browns. Prater broke fucking weed protocols for the Broncos. That's how the Lions got him. Teams don't care, bro.
That one's not bad.
It's kind. It always and honestly, it just sucks for the team. No, I don't think that one's bad either. It's just the
Right.
NFL teams don't care.
Yeah,
If they can win, they're picking
Clearly.
anybody up.
Right.
Yeah, Damon Arnett. So it does suck for the team because the Raiders dropped Damon Arnett, first round corner, because he was on Instagram saying he was gonna fucking kill somebody.
Right.
Had an AA-12 in his hand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he just got picked up. I think got picked up by the Dolphins.
Just fuck it.
Put that guy in Miami. That sounds
So
fun.
also, is he like a Hall of Fame wide receiver? Is he? Is he gonna?
Here's what I definitely think. I think if anybody is really elitist and judgmental, is the Hall of Fame board. Those fuckers barely wanted to put Terrell Owens in because Terrell Owens is always stirring up shit.
Yeah, right.
Even though Terrell Owens was like undisputed, put that dude in the Hall of Fame. That's
Right.
how it felt for me.
Yeah.
I think he has been one of the best wide receivers in the league for the last 12 years, and
Yeah.
I think those fucks at Hall of Fame are gonna be pussies about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
They're
saying.
gonna be like, Antonio Brown is a drama nightmare. We're not putting him in there. Like, it doesn't matter though. He's still fucking good. Yeah, I am gonna
Yeah.
be pissed when that conversation comes up and people are saying that because he was like a drama queen.
Yeah, because it's not like he's done anything like really bad, like fucking do bad things to like hurt someone or
That's true.
shit like that. He hasn't been on roids this whole fucking time.
That's a good
and shit
point.
like that.
I like that he hasn't like committed any felonies,
Yeah.
like physically abused
Right.
anybody.
So it's all just kind of
fucking Ray Lewis in there, bro. He gotta kill somebody.
So it's just like stirring the pot type shit. So I'm really curious to see if he's gonna, because I seen it somewhere about, oh, he lost his chances for the Hall of Fame, all this shit, and it's like I never really thought about it like that. But yeah, I mean, you
I don't
got
think he
all
lost
the
his chances. They're
all
just
the old
yeah.
fucking, they're all old. They gotta be all the people that like vote. They all gotta be older than fuck. Probably just hate the dude already.
Yes, 100%.
So
hate the dude.
damn.
He would have had a lot better odds if he had continued to play, though. Like, if he wasn't out for so much of this season,
Right,
and he's
yeah.
playing next season and the season after that, he's
That's
probably
what I'm
a
saying.
lock.
He might have just thrown out like he might be done completely.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially if he's not going to play football again, he doesn't have the stats for it.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
like 1 or 2 seasons away where you can really put him in the consideration.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's true.
he would have been there though.